Hello everybody, I'm Debbie Indihar Giordano of Master Brokers, and welcome to my weekly video. This is Thanksgiving week, so I want to wish everyone happy Thanksgiving. I don't know if you know about my backstory. My DNA or my heritage on my mother's side goes all the way back to the Mayflower, where I am the 12th generation. And you know, the descendants, they celebrated their first Thanksgiving in 1621 in this country. So Thanksgiving is dear to my heart as a happy holiday. We share it with all the blessings that we've received with our family and friends. So again, wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving from the Brewster family coming in over on the Mayflower back in 1620. So I've got a lot to talk about today, so I'll try and go a little fast so you can get through it and watch my video. We'll talk about interest rates. Actually, the NASDAQ did great today. It went up over 500 points today in one day. The Dow Jones jumped 200 points. So the stock market is in really poised, good position. The stock market is reacting to the potential for the Feds to drop the interest rate next month. So let's talk about where interest rates are today. The 30-year fixed conforming is at 6.45%. The 15-year fixed conforming is at 5.875. A 30-year fixed jumbo is at 6.25%, and a 15-year fixed jumbo is at 6%. So it's certainly desirable rates. They're good. We may see some improvement, but it certainly is good for the buyers right now. And actually, I'm closing next week, 1830 Vegas Avenue in Milpitas. It's a 3-bedroom, bath and a half, about 1,350 square feet. It had a converted garage. We didn't do any remodeling. Listed it at $1,298,888. I had 4 offers, and we're closing it next week at $1,398,000. So market is good. So let me talk about an article, great article that came in the Milpitas Post last Friday. It's the real estate section, keeping your home purchase on track, a guide to the real estate agreement. So there's some components that buyers and sellers need to look at in the agreement. The first is a home inspection contingency. I like to have a termite report and a property inspection report done prior to putting the home on the market. That becomes part of the disclosure package that the seller will produce to the buyers when they make the offer, and usually most offers are as is, so the buyers know what they're getting. The second is an appraisal contingency. That's when the buyers, if they don't pay all cash, buyers finance the loan, the banks have to do an appraisal for that loan, and an appraisal contingency would allow the buyer to back out of the agreement if the appraisal came in too low. But we're seeing that waived. There's such integrity with buyers having so much money down payment that the appraisal is usually not an issue, and most of the appraisals come in right at value or above. So the third component is financing contingency. We encourage all the buyers to go out and get pre-approved, speak to your local bank or a loan broker, and be trigger ready to go. So when you see a home and you make an offer, you can do an offer that's non-contingent on financing. In other words, the loan's already been underwritten and approved and ready to go. You're just looking for the house. Title contingency, that's usually not an issue. As I talk to clients and they list their homes with me, I open up a title and escrow, and then I review the preliminary title report to see if there's any issues, particularly with trust sales. When parents have passed away and they leave the property to the successor trustee to be the signer of the trust, the title companies need to review those trusts. So it's important to keep all those documents because it may be handy that'll be needed to clear title. Last but not least, find a realtor to represent you. Of course, I'm always ready to go 24/7. I can be reached by phone, email, text, and ready to go to work for you. Get pre-approved before making an offer. We just talked about that. And then stay on top of deadlines. If you read my website and see my testimonials, my clients are very happy with the communication that I give them. Keep them abreast of everything that's going on so that there's no surprises. Okay, let me talk about the general membership meeting that I went at the Santa Clara County Board of Realtors last Thursday. I want to debrief you a little bit what's going on the national level. The National Association of Realtors, called NAR, they meet in Washington, D.C., twice a year, and they meet with elected officials. They have a $1.5 million member group and a $200 million budget. And according to the MLS, they're well on budget They streamlined process, and it's actually been 9 years since the dues have been increased. And then I want to talk about the California Association Realtors. That's another subset group. We called it CAR. We had the representation discussion from the CAR upcoming president tomorrow, Samrizwo. She says that the mission statement of CAR is to prepare and promote, protect the environment for the entire real estate industry and to protect the real estate needs of consumers. So that is their mission statement. And one of the issues they've been talking about is impacting housing and affordability, and of course, increasing supply. Anything that can be done in that vein. We've talked about the ability to be able to transfer the property tax base to other areas of California, to Prop 13, and that will help to alleviate the tax burden for, say, an older couple that want to get near children or grandchildren. And then housing affordability, we know increasing supply, making it less restrictive for builders to build will be another issue. And then one of the legal updates is the MLS is not allowing any more photos of digitally altered images online. My photographer's shaking his head. So that has been a kind of truth in video. We like to show if they alter the images and the buyer goes out to the property and the home is not in the condition that they see online, that can be a rule and a violation. So we do alter the photos in some respect. There are some realtors that do what's called a virtual staging. They don't actually stage the property, which I don't advocate. I stage all my homes. I want that ready to go, but the virtual staging has the buyer look at that property online, but then when they arrive, the house is empty. So that is no longer being allowed. And then balcony inspections are a big issue. That for HOAs, they do a report and talk about the balconies. So real quick, California Realtors has tracked 2 new bills in 2025. They passed the California legislation shortage of building units, and then the Cal FHA Dream for All vouchers. First-time home buyers are becoming available. That's up to $150,000 that can be available as a secondary mortgage for first-time buyers. And again, the economic news is the Wall Street statistics are great, and California Association Realtors is listed as the #1 lobbyist group in California. So we're very, very, very strong organization. Okay, let me talk about what I've got coming up. So excited. I listed over the weekend 2045 Treewood Lane in San Jose. That's in the Berryessa area, right in the 95132 zip code. It is a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath, about 1770 square feet. Believe it may be original owner. It is a long-time owner. She's taken really good care of the property. It's a corner lot on a quiet corner, so you've got side yard access. It's a great home and a great price, $1,598,888. We're getting that prepped this week and staged and be ready for an open house Saturday and Sunday, December 6th and December 7th from 2 to 4. So you're all invited to come to that. And then 2101 Eurydius Ranch Road in Milpitas at $2,998,888. Getting that one ready, and that's scheduled for December 20th and 21st, Saturday, Sunday from 2 to 4 for that open house. By the way, that home is 3,400 square feet, 5-bedroom, 4-bath, just an amazing property. Also a corner lot home. Slated to come up, 247 Delia Street in San Jose. Seller just signed the documents Saturday on that one. That's original family-owned home in the Alum Rock area on the base of the East Foothills in the unincorporated area of San Jose. So I've listed it at $1,398,888. It's a great opportunity. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,100 square foot, also a quiet corner. Home needs updating. We're going to clear it out in the next few weeks, paint it inside, kind of detail it a little bit more. No upgrading, but 2,100 square feet is a great opportunity for somebody to get in and make that a wonderful, wonderful home. So be tuned in to when that one will be ready to show. And then looking to talk to the sellers at 390 Monmouth Drive in Milpitas. That's that 5-bedroom, 3-bath for 1,700 square feet at 1.7. 385 Monmouth Drive in Milpitas, just saw them Friday night. they're looking out of the area for a home. So when that happens, we'll be able to prep that one and get that one on the market. 479 Heath Street, talked to the sellers earlier this year. We've not set any dates or timelines for that one, but kind of watching that one as it comes up. And that's it for now. So we're ready. Don't let the holidays stop you. Give me a call, 408-945-8988, or send me an email, giordanodj@aol.com. And of course, you can always visit my website, debbiegiordano.com. There's a connect, tab me, and it'll just zoom right into me, and we'll be able to get together. I'm ready to go to work for you. 2026 will be here before you know it. So anyway, have a great holiday, enjoy your families, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.